We're going to discuss a topic today in Parshas Chukat, which I grant you is perhaps biting off more than you can chew, or perhaps even biting off more than I can chew. But nonetheless, I think you'll see why I felt it was important that we discuss it. And if you wish, when you arrive here in Mechala, we can discuss it at greater length. In Parshas Chukat, we have a very interesting shira. It's the shira, the second shira that we find in the Torah. The first one being Az Yashir Moshe, in Parshas Beshalach, Kriyas Yamsuf, a shira that's incredibly clear, led by Moshe. The events are clear, the response is clear, all led by Moshe, the master of Nevuah, the Av of all the Nevi'im. And here, in Parshas Chukat, we have a different shira, a shira that's Az Yashir Yisrael, it's a shira Azos, Ali Ve'er Anullah. A very strange shira. The source, the cause of the shira is not clear. What exactly the shira is saying is also very much cloaked in secrecy. Rashi tells us, and we have to resort here to the world of Torah Sheba'al Peh to be able to give us a little bit of an inkling of what's taking place over here. There are two drachim, there are two paths in order to be able to understand that which transpires here. Rashi goes with the derech of the Tanchuma and says that what has taken place over here, the Jewish people are about to enter into Eretz Yisrael. The mountains of Eretz Yisrael, like a shifcha, like a maidservant coming to greet Gvirta, her mistress, run forward as the Jewish people are passing through a gulch between the land of Moab and the land of the Amorim. The Amorim who are waiting in the caves above to release a barrage of boulders to destroy, crush the Jewish people. They're, as it were, blocked from this because the two mountains rush together. Precipices on one side, entering the caves on the other side, reducing the Amorim to a mass of crumpled bones. And so, all of this is unbeknownst to the Jewish people. Who makes them aware of it? The Be'er. The traveling Be'er, which has now come back in the schus of Moshe Rabbeinu, it's the one that makes them aware. And when they understand, afterwards, after the Be'er shows the remains of these villains, those of the Amorim, then in turn, the Jewish people sing this song. They sing this song. On the other hand, in the Gemara and Barachos, on Daf Nun Daled, we have a different account. What happens over there is not a story of a shifcha coming to meet Gvirta, of two mountains coming together, but rather the Aron, that which symbolizes the Torah, flattens the mountains before them. Who makes the Jewish people aware? And it's a discussion there. Two Mitzorayim. Two lepers who are in the back of the encampment. They make the Jewish people aware. Says Rav Kook in his parish there in the Enayah, and again, I'm being brief, and we can discuss it again. These two lepers are representative of the people who, as it were, have been niflat, who have been, as it were, expelled from the encampment. One is representative of those people who have taken upon themselves false ideologies, and the other is representative, as you'll see in the Gemara there, of those who have taken upon themselves a life of hedonism. They're the ones who make them aware. Two different sources for making the Jewish people aware of the great miracle as they enter into Eretz Yisrael. In one case, as the way Rashi describes it for us, it is the Be'er, the source of Torah, that gives them the depth to be able to understand that which has transpired. And on the other hand, in the way the Gemara Barachos describes it for us, it is the people who have fallen by the wayside. They are the ones who understand really what has transpired. They are the ones who recognize the evil. You'll come to Eretz Yisrael, and I'm not saying that there's one type of person or another type of person, but sometimes in all of us there are many different components. There are the aspects of Torah which we have examined before, but we need to examine, and we will examine as we enter into Eretz Yisrael. When Torah is Eretz Yisrael, we'll be able to understand that Torah with a new depth, and the Torah itself will teach us of things that we didn't understand before. That's the capacity of Torah's Eretz Yisrael, to teach us things that we didn't understand before. The Be'er will rise up and teach us about our lives, about what we've experienced, about the Jewish people's lives, about the Jewish experience in the world of the history of the Jewish people. And mitzad sheni, as we enter into the world of Eretz Yisrael, also, perhaps that which we have tasted, that which we have seen, or God forbid, that which we've experienced, we'll see the fallacy in many of those things. We'll understand, and those flaws themselves will give us the capacity to be able to understand things that we never understood before. All of this is part of the entry into Eretz Yisrael. All of this is part of the entry into the world of Torah's Eretz Yisrael. Rashi presents us with one derech in the name of the Tanchuma. The Gemara Brachos presents us with a different derech. And as I said, it's not necessarily speaking to two different people. It could be speaking really to different components of ourselves. We'll learn Torah, Be'ez Hashem, together with greater depth, and thereby we'll be able to understand many things that we perhaps didn't understand before, even though we may even have seen the material before, but we'll understand it in a new depth. And by the same token, to enter into the Kedusha of Eretz Yisrael will give us the capacity to learn from perhaps some errors that we've made before, some mistakes that we made before, some attachment to some isms, or some attachment to a hedonistic form of life, on one level, manner, shape, or form, etc., we'll realize the fallacy in those things. Both of those will accompany us together as we learn it in Eretz Yisrael and Be'ezer Hashem. That will be a source of tremendous siyata d'shmaya for everything that we'll do together. Hatzlacha in your summer in preparing, and further hatzlacha when you arrive here. Be well.